Today is May 22nd, 2024, and my name is Sheena with Rise Wellness Village, and this is our weekly prayer. This week we are in Gene Key 20. It's the Shadow of Superficiality, the gift of self-assurance, and the city or the divine frequency of presence. Let's go ahead and begin this reading with a prayer calling in our Archangel support. To Archangel Raphael, we call in your healing. From the medicine of air, may our archangels hear our prayers now. To Archangel Michael, we call in all our warrior angels now. To the medicine of fire, may our archangels remind us of our constant ability to create and transform. We are life, and may we be courageous as we spark the flames of change. To Archangel Gabriel, we call in all our archangels of communication now. To the medicine of water, may our archangels remind us of our constant ability to be informed by our environment through our emotions in our physical bodies. To Archangel Uriel and all our archangels of light, to the medicine of earth, we call upon your medicine and your wisdom to purify the cellular structure of all of our bodies now. To the medicine of Pachamama, we thank you for your nurture and your unconditional love. To Archangel Metatron, to the medicine of ether, to the benevolent galactic beings that are always guiding us and always connecting us with our soul family here on earth. We call in your protection into this moment through our communities. Thank you for being here with us now. To Archangel Sandalphon, to the medicine of peace, who reminds us that we can't have a war without a war. We call upon your essence of divine peace now. To Archangel Zadkiel, to the medicine of mercy, we call upon our angelic support now to bring us love and compassion, to hold and be with our suffering. We trust you to hold what we do not understand, so that we may stay in touch with the youthful ecstaticness that is always in the root of our being. To all our archangels, we thank you for your wisdom and your guidance, and with our hearts full of gratitude, we welcome you. Aho. This week we have a full moon coming up in Sagittarius, which is all about levity and inviting in some play this Gemini season. Investing in our play and our joy is our greatest investment. It's the greatest thing we'll ever do for ourselves. And when we can learn as a society to prioritize our wellness and invest in our joy, we will make quantum leaps beyond even our ability to intellectually understand. And we will immediately create new environments that support innovation and change as the new blueprint for how we operate. When we go back to living in harmony with the earth and the natural cycles of the moon, we stop fearing the death part of the cycle because we recognize it's not death. It's transformation, and it's a part of our natural rhythm of life. And we can create rituals that support this part of our very human process. We recognize that certain seasons we have more output, and others we are more internal. We're more contemplative, and we're cocooning and shedding at home. Richard Rudd says about this city, whenever a human being attains the citic state, he or she is suffused with the presence. Pure consciousness floods their being, silencing the mental activity and drawing the person into the eternal present moment. And when this occurs, the whole world created by the human mind is suddenly seen as utterly superficial. The smallest thing, such as a leaf or stone, is understood to have more life within it than all of the greatest ideas of man. The presence is experienced as everywhere and in everything, and is where we get the term omnipresence. In the state of presence, the individual is no more. When you experience a brief moment of deja vu, you're tasting a purity of a moment of true presence, in which the present moment becomes a funnel for both the past and the future, momentarily intensifying and transcending them. So earlier this week, I had a song feel like it came through me in a daydream. It was called Ta Tene by Joanne Shenandoah, and I just couldn't stop singing it. I was just totally lost in time and space, allowing this song to come through me and take me on a ride with her. I even decided to share it on social media, as I've been doing a lot since February, as initiated from my soul sisters, sharing our voices as music, as medicine on our social platforms, in the name of adding more love and more peace to our news feeds. I decided to tag the artist, and I called out to the universe that I wish to connect with her, to say thank you for this song. It's such a beautiful offering to the world, and I have really enjoyed being with it this week. I felt my third eye get a little nudge. I suddenly realized that just because I could tag this artist, it didn't actually mean she was alive. My spidey senses were going, and I felt the presence come over me. I jumped online, and I realized she passed a few years ago. And may her soul rest in peace, as I realized that she really was coming through and connecting with me, just as I had asked her to. I have so enjoyed sitting with her angelic presence. And I heard a name come through in her essence. Onita. 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 I've heard this name before from a tree. And I had come to know when I looked it up, it meant long-awaited one. And here I was hearing it again. I went back online to realize that Onita was also the name of a tribe. Some call them people of the standing stone, shapeshifters who could turn into trees and stones, while some called them the people of big trees. Wouldn't you know, Joanne Shenandoah was a Native American singer, composer, and multi-instrumentalist based in the United States. She was a citizen of the Oneida Indian Nation, Wolf Clan, based in New York. Of course she was. Through the power of tuning into her song, I had connected with her essence. And through that level of presence, I got to be informed by my environment. And I learned what I believe is the most important thing that Joanne wanted me to know and to share today: who she was, the long-awaited one, like we all are. In her presence, she shared with me one of her most important beliefs that she held through the Oneida community, where she believed that Jesus had already returned in 70 AD, making it possible for them to bring about Jesus's millennial kingdom themselves, and to be free of sin and perfect in this world, not just heaven. It was a belief called perfectionism. The Oneida community practiced communalism in the sense of communal property and possessions, generative co-creation. The village, the same belief system that I've been calling in and co-creating. You know, Richard Rudd says about this gene, in the world of the future, the 20th city will eventually absorb humanity. And when it does, we will enter an eternal world, a world in which the mind will no longer have any role other than to help us communicate. Through the mutation that takes place in the solar plexus, the 20th city will finally allow humanity to be at ease with our world. When the 20th city dawns, this is the sound that is heard, a soundless sound, connecting all life, suffusing all creation, and bringing everything back into its pure existential reality. Thank you to Joanne Shenandoah. Oh, I wish you peace, and I'm so grateful to connect with your essence, to be the reminder today that we are already perfect. And heaven is a vibrational place on earth, and it's available to all of us because we are all the chosen ones. And we need not do anything to have to earn our wholeness because it is already who we are. We simply need to reawaken it within ourselves to remember why we're here. We all have our own whys. And this week, I invite you to consider the legacy that you wish to leave behind. When you are stripped down to an essence, what is the essence that you wish to leave behind? Joanne's essence reminded me of my infinite connection with all of life. In the essence of her song, she reminded me that we are already perfect, which is the exact medicine prayer that I call into every single one of my ceremonies. The reminder that we are already perfect. Maybe with the Sagittarius full moon this week, you tap into your eternal child, your divine essence, and you give yourself love and play and joy. And maybe you actually carve out time to celebrate this weekend, to celebrate the impeccability of your existence now. I'm going to go ahead and close us out this week with 8 deep breaths. Let's go ahead now and begin with our first breath, breathing into our physical body now. Breathing into our astral body now. Breathing into our mental body now. Breathing into our causal body now. Breathing into our Buddhic body now. Breathing into our Atmic body now. Breathing into our monadic body now. And breathing into our egoic body now. And now connected to all of our 7 sacred bodies, our 7 sacred bodies connected to our infinite source. May we set the intention for the highest and greatest good to come forward this week, and the highest and greatest choice for all sentient life, throughout all time, throughout all space and dimensions. I'm sending you so much love and light and creativity this week. I can't even talk anymore. I am in the zone. I love you. Namaste.